And you're watching Book TV on C-SPAN 2. We are on location in Las Vegas at FreedomFest, which is a gathering of libertarians. And joining us now is best-selling author and economist George Gilder, whose most recent book is Knowledge and Power, The Information Theory of Capitalism and How It is Revolutionizing Our World. Mr. Gilder, how many books have you now written?
About 17 or something like that.
How is this one different from your previous books?
This one really sums up all of my books. I mean, this integrates wealth and poverty, which was the book that made me President Reagan's most quoted living author, and all my technology books, which Microcosm, Telecosm, Life After Television, all of which addressed information theory. And as information theory is the foundation of all our computers and the internet and telecommunications and big data, it's all based ultimately on information theory. And what this book does is show that information theory is the foundation of capitalism. That capitalism is not chiefly an incentive system, as most people believe, driven by greed or whatever. That it is an information system driven to create knowledge. And all wealth consists of knowledge. And Thomas Sowell, years ago, pointed out that the Neanderthal in his cave had all the natural resources and all the physical appetites that we have today. The difference between us and him is we know more.
When you talk about information theory and information economics, what exactly do you mean?
There is a revolution in mathematics in the 20th century that a lot of people haven't yet grasped. It was launched by Gilder, who was Einstein's best friend. He walked to work with Einstein for 10 years, 20 years in Princeton. And Gödel proved that any logical system, including mathematics, is dependent on axioms that it can't prove. Last year, Stephen Landberg said that mathematics is the only faith-based science that can prove it. And this was a revolution that was followed up by Alan Turing, who created the original abstract computer technology in an effort to disprove Gödel. But instead, he wanted to build an ultimate all-purpose computer. And he discovered that just as mathematics is limited by incompleteness, so is computer science. And he concluded that ultimately all computers are dependent on a creator, which he called an oracle, which in computer science is a programmer. And all I did was extend his insight, say that in economics, the oracle is the entrepreneur.
George Gilder, you have a chapter in Knowledge and Power, Entropy Economics.
Well, Entropy Economics, I got that title from Brett Swanson, who has a website called Entropy Economics, and he writes about telecom brilliantly on that website. And Entropy Economics is really another way to say economics based on information theory.
Is this a supply-side economics book?
Yes, it is. It shows that demand is really almost devoid of information, so that all the knowledge in the economy really comes from the supplies, the goods and services we all create and trade with one another. And as Thomas Sowell again pointed out, all economic transactions are really transactions of knowledge, differential knowledge. Each of us knows different things, and And that's really what we're trading. The material is conserved in physics. That is, you can't create more of it. And it's all the changes and progress and that we enjoy comes from the advance of knowledge and learning. And there's a lot in this book about the learning curve as really the foundation of economic progress.
You talk about the company Qualcomm in Knowledge and Power. Why?
You know, Qualcomm is a great company. It was really the foundation of this wireless bonanza cornucopia that we all enjoy today. That really was launched by Qualcomm. And I was at Qualcomm at the earliest period, talking to Andy Viterbi and Irwin Jacobs and the son Paul Jacobs, who later took over the company. And they introduced me to information theory.
Who's Claude Shannon? Who is Claude Shannon?
Claude Shannon is the founder of information theory and was the teacher of Irwin Jacobs, the founder of Qualcomm. And the key insight that Shannon offered was to define information as surprise. Freedom of information in Shannon is freedom of choice. The more freedom of choice that the creator has, the more information he can convey. And so Shannon allows you to put freedom at the very heart of a capitalist economy, not only as a condition for enterprise, but also as a measure of information and as a criterion for creativity. So Shannon's information theory, which is the foundation of all these technologies we enjoy, all information tools that are the heart of world economic growth, is based on freedom. And that's why FreedomFest is a good place to celebrate Shannon.
George Gilder, we're talking with several economists and people with opinions about the current political situation in America. And a couple of the interviews that we've done here, people have expressed concern about the debt that the U.S. is carrying and that there's going to be a comeuppance shortly. Do you subscribe to that?
No. I think that is serious. It's, but the great thing that this book shows, if we have a knowledge economy, an economy of mind, it can change as rapidly as people's minds change. The problem in the United States is not debt, it's socialism. And you address the problem of increasing exercise of government power to make up for government ignorance and to displace the knowledge of entrepreneurs. That's the problem. Debt is trivial if we can surmount the problem of socialism. If we continue down the socialist path, like many countries over the years, our debt will become unsupportable and kill us. But the problem is socialism, not debt.
In your chapter, The Outsider Trading Scandal, you write, with inside information banished from public markets, privateers capture the wealth, gains go to the residual inside traders who are legally permitted to learn the intimate facts of the companies in which they invest.
Yeah. Well, that's right. The government's effort to ban inside knowledge under fair disclosure essentially banishes knowledge from markets and stultifies markets and undermines the U.S. economy. Insider fraud can be prosecuted under fraud laws, but fair disclosure laws and inside trading laws really just drive information out of the economy. The government essentially tells you, don't invest in anything you know about. And other governments tell you, invest in the state lottery where nobody knows more than you. And the fact is that capitalist economies are based on knowledge, and the more knowledge is in